That bow's a little big for you, isn't it?
Hi, this is Monkey. We all gamers have a connection with our systems, where we play, breathe, dream our games day and night, obsessed with how to beat it or how to be better at it on sleepless nights. We sit down, relax, and turn on our systems with their sounds and beeps. It can be our choice of favorite console or own custom computers. The end goal is always which can make our gaming perfect. But when we choose our systems to play, we always look for its performance, the usability, the easiness, and the overall looks. After all, you must fall in love with your choice of battleground. Well, today is the day I'm gonna finally talk about PlayStation 5, a new generation of console on the horizon. With its 2020 sleek design, Sony has already made a bold statement on the digital gaming market. But you and me, the ordinary gamers, must understand what it's offering. So, sit back and have a conversation. Don't get me wrong, I am a PC gamer by heart, but the console have their own features and use too. Every console generation has its own contributions to the game industry, where it introduces new technology or new strategy for game development. Developers are always fascinated by console makers, new innovative ideas or design choice. Sega, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft always been a game changer for affordable gaming market when personal computers were so expensive to game on. And the most other diminishing return of using a console was easiness and reliability of the gaming system in the past decade. You just pop in the disc and play the game on your own or with your friends. That's it. No other hassle. Incompatibility was introduced. Nowadays, the PC gaming is quite easy and hassle-free, to be honest. But consoles have their own points. The current gen's most popular console is PlayStation 4, a highly adopted system worldwide. The visuals of some games on the 7-year-old system is quite remarkable and on par with highest-end computer systems today. So, what should we expect from a true generation leap over PlayStation 4? According to system architect of Sony PlayStation Systems, Mark Cerny on GTC 2020, it's quite remarkable actually. If we talk about the presentation summary, these are the core details by Digital Foundry, a leading technology investigator. PlayStation 5 is doubling the muscle on paper by using a 8-core 16-thread CPU, which is now most of the high-end PCs running. Comparing with PS4, it is double the numbers as PS5 will use AMD Zen 2 CPU. So how much faster it is? Well, it can score up to 3.5 GHz, yeah, more capable than PS4 for sure. But there is a catch, as Cerny said. This is the typical speed, but under certain conditions it can run slower. Considering how low end the current gen console processing unit has, it can give us a raw bandwidth of performance figure. If we talk about the graphics processing unit or GPU, AMD RDNA 2 is providing 36 compute units capped at 2.23 GHz, roughly cutting the peak performance for 10.28 teraflop. Remarkable power delivery. Sony definitely know how to make simple words to show the power of their console. PS5 CPU and GPU will be tied based on the boost. This is not typical smartphone or PC's dynamic clock systems. This is a new take on processing power delivery and thermal speed. The power will be routed whenever the CPU or GPU unit needs them, and varying their clock speed depending on the circumstance. There is no limitation on thermal ceiling, remind you. It all been calculated and developers will be harnessing the raw boosting frequency as they demand. There will be an internal monitoring based on the CPU and GPU workload, and the boost frequency will be analyzed and adjusted. Cerny also said it will also use AMD's Smart Shift technology, and CPU and GPU's unused power will be redirected to each other for squeezing out more raw pixel. Now we are on the most last gen's debated subject. It is graphics. The CPU can calculate AIs or distant terrains, objects, world mesh to make the game base rock solid, making it more rigid and strong, but transforming it to a lush and beautiful land or realistically believable though, it all depends on the GPU side. The next gen RDNA 2, which is the new battle pass from AMD to get in war with Nvidia, now is debuting to consoles first. There is a new kid, rather new block in GPU core, which is better known as geometry engine. Using that, developers can easily control the optimization for geometry culling. Geometry culling is when a game area isn't visible to the camera or viewer's cone, it simply doesn't render the objects on screen, saving the valuable resources for more pixels to look detailed. But do you know what is the most important factor today? PlayStation 5 will be utilizing full hardware accelerated ray tracing via its intersection engine. Sony quoted,
Another major new feature of our custom RDNA 2-based GPU is ray tracing, using the same strategy as AMD's upcoming PC GPUs.
Ray tracing will be fully integrated into the shader, like next-gen AMD Navi and Xbox Series X. There will be full form of ray traced reflections, ambient occlusions, shadows, and global illumination, currently using on the high-end PC GPUs only. But if you want to know more about ray tracing, comment below. I will be making a video about ray tracing technology in future. Well, the SSD storage isn't an unknown territory to PC gaming community. Rather, SSD is highly adopted and heavily used on mainstream systems. NVMe flash drives can significantly improve loading times and faster application switching. But Sony has something up on their sleeves. PS5 isn't using traditional SSD architecture. There is a custom flash controller hooks up to the main processor via 4-lane PCIe Gen 4 interconnect, and SSD NAND modules are bridged through 12-channel interface processing unit, which will be delivering the required 5.5 GB of performance with a total of 825 GB of storage. Not only that, the controller supports hardware decompression (zlib), but also the new Kraken format from Bad Game Tools. So it will create additional 10% of compression efficiency, making the 5.5 GB of bandwidth to whopping 8 or 9 GB per second. The PS5 game show event already shown us the Ratchet & Clank transitory levels, loading in and out from the memory all the particle systems, the ray traced reflections, high level detailed geometry. I wonder, what will be the next GTA's open world system look like?
It's certainly not good. Great! Where are we? Beats me. To the depths with you! How many arms you got?
But what about the size of the storage? We already surpassing the 200 GB territory this gen for a single game. Ever heard of Call of Duty? Considering the facts, rather memory allocated for the system, it is just a basic logic that the next gen games will be more on that par. So, what happens when allotted 825 GB of storage is too short? What about external storage? According to Digital Foundry's legend Mr. Richard Ledbetter, PS5 is backwards compatible and you can save space by running your older games from standard external storage. There is an option to boost SSD storage though. According to Sony, unlike Microsoft's proprietary SSD, Sony is doing something new. Yes, NVMe PC drives will work on PS5. PS5 is using PCIe 4.0 bus and mainstream SSDs are significantly behind the new architecture. The issue is not from the bandwidth. PS5 giving 6 priority levels to developers, and the normal NVMe drives can only use 2 of them. The custom I/O unit, what I was talking about, it cannot use it on them. Every NVMe drives have their own M.2 flash controller, and also you have to consider the fact it can fit in the PS5 drive bay. So, only one solution we can expect There will be newer types of SSD will be launched and which can have their own flash controller to use on mainstream PC hardware, but also can utilize and hook the PS5 PCI controller. In short term, yes, the Sony's own drives will be faster than your current NVMe drives. But in a while there will be aftermarket solutions that can extend the stock 825GB experience. And why 825GB rather than 1TB, you ask? It has something tied to the custom architecture I mentioned. You can find more on the topic on Digital Foundry's website. November 11th, 2006. PS3 was launched to the world and introduced SPUs and utilizing them on audio processing. The irony is the same Sony launched PS4 with poorly optimized audio processing. Only fraction of Jaguar core is dedicated for the surround audio processing, resulting mediocre positional audio. PS3 was having better quality than this. Can Tempest engine deliver the quality we deserve from a high-end next-gen system? PSVR has 50 sound source, but PS5 can deliver higher quality and hundreds of sources. Mr. Sony delivered his hundreds of sources to Digital Foundry that using Tempest you will be hearing precise individual sound of rain droplets around you in the game. But this accurate sound positioning simulation needs some extraordinary procedure to follow. Sony's ASMRing on our ears that they will generate a table called the Head Related Transfer Function, or in short HRTF. This will be per person basis. The processing is expensive for the CPU, so the engine is engineered to AMD GPU compute unit, which is roughly as powerful as PS4's 8 Jaguar cores. There is only one catch though. The fullest potentiality of the system is somewhat in iffy ballpark. The challenges are every human has their own HRTF. So how can they create the accurate table? Sony's idea is to pre-install 5 presets within the system, which is created from different hundreds of people's HRTF and modeled. But in future, maybe they will be implementing a configuration tool to upload your head and ear pictures and they will make a 3D scan and make your own model. In short, all these bits and pieces makes a system distinct from each other, makes us wonder, what is next? How far we have come from a 8-bit systems to making us believe that one day we cannot distinguish games world from our very own. I wonder how long it will be. Thanks for watching my friends and enjoy the games that you have. I hope to see you guys again, and to do so I just have one request. Please subscribe the channel and share with someone who is interested like you are. Bye.